The following is a special presentation of ABC Sports.
Just as the name of the establishment says, this is a classic bowl. 60 gleaming bowling lanes. We are in Canada. Yesterday, the PBA visits Mississauga, Ontario, Canada for the first time with the championship round finals of the $225,000 IOF Foresters Open. Now, let's meet our 5 finalists. The 5th seed won this event back in 1994. Looking for title number 2, bowling out of Oklahoma City, Mike Edwards. His opponent in match 1 is a PBA Hall of Famer with 11 wins from Brayton, Texas, David Ozio. Match 2 features a 3-time champion from Woodstock, Illinois, David Traber. Bowling in our semifinal match, another 11-time champion, 4-time Sportsmanship Award winner, Parker Bohn III. And our tournament leader owns 5 career wins. He's from Tempe, Arizona, Jess Stayrook. 30 titles among them. A lot more money at stake here in Canada. Nelson Burton Jr.
You're right, Chris. There's 45,000 American. That kind of translates into 60,000 Canadian. And 3 of the top 10 players in the world are in our championship round today. So we're ready to go with a man who has already won this tournament once, Mike Edwards, going against a very tough David Ozio. Match 1.
Capacity crowd, standing room only. Watch the handshake. Mike Edwards, blue shirt, bowling out of Oklahoma City, originally from Tulsa, where his parents are watching him, going against David Ozio, the 1991 PBA Player of the Year. First shot, left lane. Solid hit, though.
Well, Edwards is in the best shape I've ever seen him, Chris. He's 34 years old. He was always a great high school athlete, but he really got himself in terrific shape for the 96 season, and it shows.
David Ozio, Brayton, Texas. All but the 10-pin on the right lane for Dave, who's in his 42nd television appearance. Third this year.
The Wizard ranked 10th in the world, David Ozio.
So a spare for Ozio, who is 4th at the Quaker State Ginny Halsey's tournament in Texas, and 3rd at the AC Delco Classic.
He feels the key this week, Chris, is speed control. In other words, if you go a little high and leave a 4-pin, instead of moving left on the approach or lofting the ball more, increase the speed. If you're a little light, leave the bucket, soften it up. He's been a master so far this week.
David working very quickly up on the approach and pulls the trigger in a hurry. A little faster than normal, it appears. There he is, the great fisherman, the bass fisherman. Probably become a professional following the bowling tour. Now Mike Edwards with a strikeout, shooting in the 2nd frame.
Mike, a little inside target there, leaving the 3, 6, 9, 10 spare. Well, I feel one of the toughest spares in professional bowling, and even more tough this week because the oil pattern is very heavy on the outside. He needs to get that ball in that 3-6 zone and drive the ball back into the 9. Tough shot, 2nd frame for Edwards. And there you see it, Chris. He was afraid to go real wide to get a great angle on the 3-6-9 because the ball skids out in that zone in this particular lane condition, and yet he did not cut off enough. He chops the 3-9 back, leaves the 6-10. He trails by 14 through 2 frames, and spares are so important this week in match play. The scores are not as high as we've seen all year, so spares are even more important.
Beautiful comeback. Little iffy. You saw him at the line sort of do that little hop and hope. An open frame gives Ozio 14-pin lead. Can up it. He does. Nelson?
Well, both players get a real good break as they trip the 4-pin out. Edwards got it in the 3rd frame on the left-hand lane. Ozio to make a double and extend his lead to 24 pins on the right-hand lane. Experienced players in the championship round today. The average age of our 5 players, 36 years old. And that tells me, Chris, that you have to have experience and make those spares. A little more patience.
All right. 3 in a row, 34-pin lead. You know, downtown Toronto is about 30 minutes from this classic bowl, and this is the waterfront area, Lake Ontario.
They test car batteries here. They test pickup trucks here. And when they test yard machines, they go here, Dave Spivey's house. MTD tractors, chipper shredders, lawn mowers, and edgers tackle the toughest jobs. Look for MTD yard machines at retailers near you. MTD.
Wow! I like it!
MTD yard machines, American made, American owned.
Hurry, girls, before Daddy gets up. Ooh, ready. Now, no more of these are Daddy's corn pops.
Oh, look, Daddy's bowl is too full.
The problem with a cereal that tastes like popcorn, only sweeter, is that it disappears like popcorn, only faster.
Mommy, that's Daddy.
We share.
Hi, girls.
Happy birthday!
Thanks, guys.
Now let's all go make him breakfast.
Kellogg's Corn Pops. It's hard to stop when it's Pops.
If you want relief from minor arthritis pain, turn up the heat on arthritis. Just minutes after applying Ultra Strength Bengay, you can actually see the heat. That's because Ultra Strength Bengay is the strongest, most advanced Bengay ever, and the only one with powerful heating relief of 3 pain relievers, and it'll last for hours. Try Ultra Strength Bengay and turn up the heat on arthritis.
Now Bengay comes in an easy open flip-top tube, commended by the Arthritis Foundation.
Classic Bowl, Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. Toronto, nearby, a truly major league international city. We love it, Toronto. Now Mike Edwards shooting in the 4th frame. He had an open in the 2nd, but he does have a strike up in the 3rd, so maybe he can gain a little here. Ozio leading by 34. Now trailing by only 24. Mike Edwards motioning to some people off to his right. He can hear them talking, hear them chatting.
Well, they must have said something good to him in the 4th frame because he really made a sweet shot, kind of making up for the poor shot he made in the 2nd frame. Just the championship pair for the right-handed players. The right-hand lane hooks a little bit more, and the left-hand lane here, these players are playing in this zone. They want to cross around the 3rd arrow. He'll drift this way on the approach and swing the ball out over the 3rd arrow. Here we go.
Leaving a 2-5 on the left lane.
And from the replay, you see the ball coming in light. You saw the little X we made on the arrow around the 3rd arrow. Mike got the ball left of that target, skidded a little too far in the oil, didn't get the flip on the back end, has left him a tough spare. This is spare his wife.
Meg.
Meg says, come on, Mike, make this spare, stay in the match.
Meg, a college student at Oklahoma City Community College. hoping to get into the medical field. And now David Ozio, Meg's husband, Mike's opponent, with 3 in a row, leading by 26. You know, next Saturday at 2 Eastern and Pacific, ABC's Professional Bowlers Tour sails south for Maryland. Bowling's best try to make their mark at the Greater Baltimore Open. That's next Saturday here on ABC Sports.
Get to visit Dennis Baldwin and eat some of those hard-shell crabs.
No, you don't enjoy those, do you, Bo?
Love them. Here Ozio, 6th frame, going for a 46-pin lead. Here Ozio, with his classic style, gets the ball a little bit wider than he wants. It breaks very sharply, cuts through the middle, avoids the 3-6-7 split, has the 3-6. Great technique cross lane for Ozio. Breaks his wrist back, lets the ball just slide back into the spare. Very little hook.
Oh, opposite of the 2-5, and here he chops the 3 off the 6.
All he did is back off the ball speed a little bit and let the back end, as we call, grab the ball and let it hook a little bit. He has opened the door for Mike Edwards. What could have been an almost insurmountable lead of 56 pins has now been reduced to 22. We're only halfway through game 1.
All right. Jumped on it. Strike in the 6th frame. This is our first game here at Classic Bowl. The winner will meet David Traber. And then Parker Bohn III, semifinal. And our tournament leader from Tempe, Arizona is Jess Stayrook.
Big shot for Edwards here. 7th frame, he can put a little squeeze on Ozio. These guys had a great match in the 42 games of qualifying. Game 28, they met. The game went to Ozio by 1 pin, 178 to 177.
So Mike Edwards is going to work. And he's cut the lead to 12. Here in Canada, another event venue in Mississauga is the Civic Center.
When kids come first, everyone wins. Hi, this is Marie Osmond for the IOF Foresters Bowling for Miracles Bowl-a-thon. Hospitalized kids in your community need your help, and you can do it while having fun and earning prizes. You're invited to be a part of the IOF Foresters Bowling for Miracles. Come bowl with us. For more details, call today. Remember, a call starts you on your way to having fun while supporting your local children's hospital through the Children's Miracle Network.
All set?
You bet I am. Thanks to you.
A few weeks ago with Jesse, I noticed something. Dandruff. So I told him about Head & Shoulders. Regular shampoos just rinse flakes away. Head & Shoulders helps prevent flakes from even forming.
Because great hair can't have flakes.
Work boots. Tough on the outside, tough on your feet inside. Not enough cushioning. Dr. Scholl's Maximum Comfort work insoles give you 100% more cushioning. They make work easier on your feet.
The Derby featured a heart-stopping finish. Now it's time for the second jewel in the Visa Triple Crown Challenge, the Preakness Stakes, live next on Wide World.
Yes, an exciting first match here in the IOF Foresters Open. 12 pins now separating David Ozio, the leader, and Mike Edwards. He had an open in the 6th, now shooting in the 7th frame. Oh, trying to avert the 5-7 split.
How unusual was that, Chris? That normally you just rip the 5-pin out and it takes the 7. Watch this on the replay here. You can watch the head pin action, and the ball actually impacts the 5. Here you go into the 1-3. The 5-pin is hit by the ball, but it's kind of paralyzed by the head pin coming off the sideboard. An unusual and very bad break for Ozio. Move about 3 boards left on the approach with your feet. As you see his full grip, use your normal strike target. That should slide the 5 into the center.
Looks good. The classic bowl, and here's a classic guy, Walter Ray Williams.
Thanks, Chris. Here's Dave. Dave, you've been bowling great this year. You're going to take over the lead of the stats and the caches and the match play this year. What do you think about the lanes out there?
The lanes are pretty nice right now. I think they're a little bit more oil on them in the middle than they were all week, but looks like the score's going to be pretty good. Hopefully I can get like 5 in a row out of the gates, and hopefully that'll help me. Good thing I'm not bowling you.
Well, we had a good match last year. Dave's been bowling great this year. I expect him to throw some good shots out there.
Thank you, Walter. Walter Ray with 3 victories here in 1996. David will meet the winner of this first game.
Edwards with a chance to make this a 2-pin difference in the match. 8th frame, 2 in a row.
Just slid by, and he has another chance at the 2-5, which he covered easily in the 5th frame.
Here you see his ball inside of the center of the lane. A little bit too much oil. He bites off. It doesn't flip at the back end. He knows it. He's trying to root it out. Spare is very important this week because there weren't as many strikes as we've seen in the earlier part of the year, so cover those spares that stay in the match. Conversion here, he'll just trail by 14.
Almost chopped it. Tonight on ABC, relive some of the greatest moments ever broadcast. The final episode of MASH, the Judd's tearful farewell, Dan Jansen's Olympic triumph after a heartbreaking defeat, and more on the all-new television's Greatest Performances 2. Then Sandra Bullock in one of her most romantic roles, the network premiere of Love Potion number 9. All tonight on ABC.
Edwards, potential 222. His opponent, Ozio, going at a 216 pace. 2 frames left. Opening match. Real good there. Real good.
What a foundation frame shot for Mike Edwards.
Now the Wizard can slam the door on Mike if he can throw a strike here or throw a double in the 10.
Walks away from the 10 pin.
It's 2 solid 10s he's left on that right-hand lane.
That's what it is, the IOF.
All he needs to do is just hit the 10 pin. Actually, you have about 7 inches margin of error for a 10 pin, so an easy shot for a pro. It's all a matter of execution.
David's best finish this year was 10th. His last win was in 1995. Dick Weber's tournament in Richmond, Virginia. Mike won here in 1994, Mark Roth last year, and in 1993, Pete Weber.
Ozio needs 2 strikes and 7 to shut out Mike Edwards. 10th frame. Well, this match is going down to the last ball, just like every match we've had almost all year, Chris. It's amazing how close the scores have been. Right now, for David Ozio, a spare and a strike would be 215. He would force Edwards to get 2 strikes and just a 4-pin count.
Carefully and smoothly, he covers the 4-pin here in this first game. Off practicing is David Traber, who will meet the winner along with Parker Bohn III and Jess Stayrook, the tournament leader, staying loose off to our right. That's the pinfall you hear occasionally. Praise the Lord.
Solid game by Ozio. A couple of 10 pins has given Mike Edwards a chance to win the match. Mike needs to strike on the next 2 balls and get 4 pins. One at a time. Not to be, Chris. He didn't quite get the lift he wanted. The match goes to Ozio.
So, Mike Edwards will have to be content with an $8,000 check. So David Ozio wins it. This ABC Sports presentation of the Professional Bowlers Tour will continue after these messages and a word from our ABC stations.
Jack Nicklaus hosts the Memorial Tournament June 1st on ABC Sports.
I don't know, but it's been said, athlete's foot's as good as dead. Mighty Mike. The cooling action. Mighty Mike. Axe on contact, this I know, cause that tingle tells me so. Mighty Mike. New Mighty Mike. Stops the itch and cools the burn, penetrates to kill the germ. Athlete's foot, don't let it win, stamp it out with Micah 10.
At Cigna, we care about people who have babies. We care about companies that make steel and about companies that make bread. We care about life and about all that makes life great or possible or just better. At Cigna, we care because it is our business to care. But we also care because, well, we have babies too. Cigna, a business of caring.
Something hot, something new, something colorful is coming for bowlers from Spectrum and the PBA. Spectrum proudly presents the all-new official PBA merchandise by Munsingwear. Call 1-800-PBA-TOUR to order your new PBA Wear and 96 catalog. Featuring this month's special, just $42.95 plus $4 shipping and handling. Operators are standing by. Call Spectrum PBA Wear, 1-800-PBA-TOUR or fax 1-888-PBA-TOUR.
Tonight, only on ABC can you relive the performances that touched our lives. See MASH's unforgettable goodbye episode that hasn't been seen in years. Daytime's landmark wedding of Luke and Laura, and the Judds' final duet. These are the memories you'll want to experience all over again. Television's greatest performances, too. ABC Tonight.
Here's one way the Big 33 is making a difference. Francis McKendrick is a Big 33 buddy and a buddy spokesman. He had the distinct honor of giving the pep talk to the Ohio team last year. Francis is currently working at Country Meadows Retirement Community.
And try my best, always to God and my country.
This Making a Difference profile is brought to you by the Big 33, Rite Aid, and WHTM.
You like your car, but it may not look so great. Time for the better get Mako guys.
Right now, Mako value is better than ever. Get our great-looking Mako Ambassador finish for one low price, our best value. Right now, only $189.
Mako, America's smart choice.
This is Alicia Richards of WHTM News Center inviting you to take great strides for cystic fibrosis. The money you raise will help the 30,000 children and young adults who live with cystic fibrosis. It all happens May 19th in Hummelstown. See you there.
Rob Dixon has your forecast tonight on News Center.
The Professional Bowlers Tour on ABC Sports. Brought to you by Cigna, a business of caring. Bud Light, official sponsor of the 1996 U.S. Olympic team. Make it a Bud Light. And McDonald's. Have you had your break today?
And now a sad note. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway yesterday in turn number 2. Tragic accident taking the life of 37-year-old Scott Brayton of Coldwater, Michigan. So all of us at ABC send our condolences to his wife, Becky, his daughter, Carly, and his parents, Lee and Jean. A little later today, in fact, on Wide World of Sports, there will be a report from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And then we invite you a week from tomorrow to tune in to live coverage of the 80th running of the Indianapolis 500 right here on ABC.
A very interesting first match, entertaining. David Ozio bests Mike Edwards as it went to the very last ball. Ozio with 6 strikes, 215 to 201. Now it's Dave Traber, who is ranked 9th in the world against the man who is ranked 10th, David Ozio. Match 2. Here we go.
This facility has more seating room than most of the bowling establishments we go to. Difference from the arena bowling that we've had throughout the year. And it's just a fabulous facility operated by the Fay family beautifully. Just like that strike. The general manager here, Bo, Bob McNaughton, does a great job.
Terrific job. Just to critique this match in the opening going, actually the best shot of the right-handers is had by David Traber. Hard and straight is the way to do it. However, Ozio is loose after winning the first match, so this should be a tough one. Notice that 10-pin actually turned halfway around.
How do you do that?
I don't know. The 6 just barely clipped the 10, and it just twisted a little bit around, a little bit more, and it knocked it over. Wow, that's the third solid 10 we've seen on the right-hand lane.
My former pin boy buddy, Nelson Burton Jr.
I'd have got it with my foot, partner.
No. Okay. David Traber. Very quiet, very serious.
And speaking of racing, Chris, he's a stock car racing aficionado.
He is.
He's really straight with his shot. He'll be around the third arrow, walking straight up right in here, straight approach, bang, right over between the second and third. And just stuffs it.
Boy. But David Ozio, who won the first match over Mike Edwards, 215 to 201, opened with a strike. Now shooting in the second. He leads by 10.
Interesting as you watch David Ozio try to attack this championship pair. He's using one ball in the left-hand lane on lane 37, which hooks a little bit less, so he's using a ball that hooks a little more. And he's using a different ball on the right-hand lane to accommodate the dry area. Tough to do, but this man is well practiced, and he looks zeroed right now.
Got him all but the 6-pin on the left lane. Both
shows you how critical speed control is. David just backs off, actually gets a little bit relaxed. He has a little too much confidence. The ball drifts high, almost leaves the 4-6 split. And the adjustment here is just keep the speed solid.
Stuck at the line. Fortunately, didn't go over it. Spare in the third. 9-pin lead, and David Traber is back with a spare, or rather with a strike up. Can take the lead by one with a big X in the third. The 10.
Not much you can do about it. If you back the speed off, try to get a little more hook angle into the pocket, the ball drifts all over the place. You end up with a lot of open frames, so Traver just keep beating the pocket to death. Hopefully something will come out of it good. If he makes a spare, he only trails by 9.
David's had a good year. He's earned $43,020. Very, very good. Last year, $89,000. 16th television appearance, second for the year. He was 4th in the Columbia Open.
It's a nice, big, powerful grip. He has a strong hand, uses the full finger grip, tucks those fingers in there. That's the way to keep a straight shot on line. Keep all 4 fingers lined up together. Just rips the rack there.
Ozio leading by 9 in Canada.
Few things could have prepared me for the horror that awaited me that day.
Oh, how inhumane.
It must be 110 degrees in there. We gotta do something. You, call 911. You, get a locksmith. Hang in there. The heat and light could easily trigger a degradation of flavor components. They'll all get skunked.
Budweiser. Brewery fresh taste. Strictly enforced.
After some quick thinking, disaster was averted.
Excuse me. Mom, Daddy, you are such wonderful parents. There aren't enough choirs to sing your praises, not enough stone to carve a worthy monument. So let's go to McDonald's to celebrate you.
You really want to get to McDonald's today? 2 words.
Arch Deluxe? Care to join us?
Introducing the burger with the grown-up taste. McDonald's Arch Deluxe.
Take the world's top skaters, add ice, music, and blend thoroughly. It's the recipe for Campbell Soup's 1996 Tour of World Figure Skating Champions. Sunday on ABC.
What a melodic quartet playing a tune dear to my heart. Jim McHarg's Jasmine.
And you'll hear that song again next Sunday, won't you, partner?
That's right, at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And you'll hear it on ABC.
Back home in Indiana. Now here's the Wizard up. Fourth frame leads David Traber by 9. Second match.
All right, tumbling off the deck. Striking the fourth. Can open up to a 19-pin lead with a strike in the fifth. If you just joined us, this is our second match. Ozio won the first over Mike Edwards, 215 to 201. All right.
Traver been solid all 4 shots. Has left 2 stubborn 10 pins on this right-hand lane. He has a strike up. He trails by 19.
Big double, cutting the pin lead to 9. Okay, Walter Ray.
Chris, I got one of the first lefties on the show here. Parker, this is not your typical shot. Why don't you explain it to the audience out there?
Well, most of the time I like to go down and in. I like to parallel across the lane, and this week I've been throwing it a little slower than normal for me, way inside, looping it, and going way out. So we're going to try to keep it slow and make some crisp shots and win the tournament.
I think he'll do all right. I think he was watching Jess Stayrook, who was leading the tournament most of the way, and Jess had a great shot all week. Good luck, Parker.
Okay, Parker Bohn and Walter Ray Williams, Jr. Righty and a lefty.
Well, we haven't had a left-handed winner on ABC this year so far, Chris. The 9th tournament of the year, and kind of unusual. So maybe today will be the day, as our 2 top players are southpaws.
The seesaw battle, David Ozio, trailing by 1, left the 10 pin.
Boy, he's dejected here. He just throws as good a shot as you'd ever want. The 6 pin just accelerates around the belly of the 10. Not much you can do about that. This is another tight match. Just 2 pins separate these players.
David Ozio, the PBA Hall of Famer. In the 7th frame. We're in Mississauga, Canada. 11 weeks ago, the PBA broke open the season with a new logo, igniting some special moments.
How can the Home Depot's paint department help you?
We have a huge paint department.
We've got experts that can help you with any project.
We will definitely take care of you.
Our Behr paints and stains are top quality.
Waterproofing? Behr's got you covered.
You need to stain a fence or deck? We've got all kinds of stains.
In all kinds of shades.
We even got sealers.
We give people choices. Everything you need is right there at your fingertips.
Any project, Home Depot can help.
The Home Depot, where low prices are just the beginning.
how some things look sweeter than they really are? Kellogg's Frosted Mini Wheat Cereal, 98% fat-free. One side's sweet, but one side's wheat for a surprisingly delicious sweet, but not too sweet taste. Kellogg's Frosted Mini Wheats. Don't be fooled by the frosting. Try it.
Sunday, are you a thrill seeker? What is it about facing mortal danger? Plus, can Sesame Street ease tension in the Middle East?
On Good Morning America.
Sunday. A Californian bowling out of Tempe, Arizona, our tournament leader, Jess Stayrook, the left-hander.
The Rock
in that
is
final game.
The Rock is hungry, Chris. I watched him. He said he's been practicing 7 hours a day in this 2-week break. Well, here's a couple of guys that may have something to say about it. David Traber, 3 strikes in a row. He's been in the pocket 6 times. Leads the Wizard, David Ozio, by 2.
And he gets it right back with that strike 4 in a row for David Traber, who defeated his brother Dale. You remember this in the 1994 PBA National Championship?
His brother Dale, an excellent regional player, as his wife Melissa looks on. David always bowls well when she's around. She knows the cameras are there too. All right, Traber leads by 12, 8th frame, 4 in a row.
Cute story on Melissa. She went home for 3 weeks, and David Traber had 3 consecutive bad weeks of bowling. She came back. There's Melissa, and here he is in the championship finals. Inspiration.
Agreed. Wizard needs this strike to stay in the match. My, oh my. Look at this game. Strike, strike, solid 10 in the 6th frame. Here you go. 16-pound reactive resin bowling ball, 3-pound, 6-ounce pins. David Ozio with good wrist action. The pins are no match, but they avoid the ball. The 9. I hate to see that shot.
Careful. Okay. The lone bowling pin, not quite as tall as the CN Tower in downtown Toronto, which is 180 stories high, and they said it was built to make the men of Canada humble.
It'll make anybody humble. Ozio potential 238 if he can strike out. Dave Traber going at a 239 pace. This is the one he really, really wants. He doesn't want to go to the 10th frame and match ball for Ozio. Here we go.
6 in a row.
Good lesson to be learned here. When you cannot cover a lot of boards, you got to go straighter, and that's what David Traber is doing in this match. He's been a little straighter towards the pocket than Ozio, who has bowled very well, but yet when the shot kind of favors your game, the pins seem to know it, and you get more strikes. He just needs a mark to lock up Ozio, who has bowled great.
And now a 10 on the left lane for David Traber.
Needs to make this spare. He must make this spare. If he does not, Ozio has a chance to throw 3 more strikes and win the game by 1 pin.
Ooh. Nelson.
We've seen some 10 pins miss this year, partner.
Oh, yes. Affirmative head shake from our statistician, Butch Soper.
But not this one. It's going to be Traver against Parker Bohn III.
So Ozio will send home to Lisa a check for $10,000. Another 10. But the big 248. A big one.
I remember Ozio, his first victory in St. Louis. He defeated Steve Gilgim, one of the top amateurs in the country today, and Ozio has really worked off of that and improved his game and has made himself one of the great players as he bowls a 2-team game with this spare. Could have been 270, Chris. He is really throwing the ball well. It just wasn't his day.
So, first a 9, now an 8, a 6 and a 10.
What do you do?
Boy, I don't know.
You say, well, a little paycheck for 10,000 is not too bad.
Don't forget the bowling tip is coming up. Okay, this week's Winning Never Gets Old bowling tip features some finger grip advice from Ernie Schlegel.
And now, ABC Sports Professional Bowlers Tour presents another Winning Never Gets Old bowling tip, brought to you by Comfort Inns and Suites.
Ernie Schlegel, a successful player on the PBA Tour for more than 3 decades, with a major win coming at age 52. In all honesty, Ernie, I really liked your hair a lot better back then.
Well, my wife didn't, but I liked it for comfort.
Ernie, what is the secret to your longevity in pro bowling?
Well, I started using finger grips in the early 80s as my wrist and hand got weaker, and this helped me with comfort and a little more lift and power as I got older.
In other words, the finger grips help you hold on to the ball and get it out over the line. But I have trouble getting out of the thumb in the modern bowling ball.
Well, I started using thumb grips and thumb solids to help a cleaner release because the new technology balls are very tacky.
Great tip from Ernie Schlegel. Use modern technology, and remember, winning never gets old.
This ABC Professional Bowlers Tour Winning Never Gets Old bowling tip has been brought to you by Comfort Inns and Suites.
There are gut balls and gutter balls, and sometimes the trophy falls. But no matter what, you'll love the bowlers who have it all on ABC Sports Home Video, Bowling the Perfect Game. Call 1-800-4ABC-VCR to order bowling's colorful history, narrated by Chris Schenkel and Nelson Burton Jr. This collector's home video can be yours to enjoy for only $14.98 plus $3.95 shipping. That's 1-800-4ABC-VCR.
Once there were only 2 guarantees in life, death and taxes. I can help you with the taxes, and now I can tell you about a 3rd guarantee, the 100% satisfaction guarantee at Comfort Inns and Suites. If your room isn't right, they'll make it right, or the night's on them. That's right, a refund.
For comfort, satisfaction guarantee, and free continental breakfast, call 1-800-228-5150.
In this case, I can't offer to come with you. Darn it.
Hey, you're a guy, and guys want to stay cool. How do you do it? With new Speed Stick Gel, proven to keep you drier than any other gel. It's the best gel protection. New Speed Stick Gel, just for the guys.
This garage floor is a disaster. Can anything help?
Introducing Thompson's Garage Floor Protector. Covers stubborn old stains, repels most new ones, even oil. It's like having a whole new garage. Thompson's Garage Floor Protector. Thompson's is protection.
I hated the taste. The first day.
Arm & Hammer Dental Care may take some getting used to.
The second day, I noticed my mouth felt cleaner.
That long-lasting clean feeling says it has twice the baking soda of any other brand.
And that clean feeling lasted for hours.
Arm & Hammer's continuous action formula helps fight plaque for hours.
By day 5, I was hooked. I'll never brush with ordinary toothpaste again.
Give us 5 days. We're sure you'll switch to Arm & Hammer's unique clean feeling of healthy teeth and gums.
There you see what has transpired in that first match. Ozio with 6 strikes, 215 to Mike Edwards, 201. David Traber with 7 strikes defeated Ozio 249 to 218. Now in steps Parker Bohn III in the semifinal against Traver.
Chris, 2 top players coming up, and we had a nice field of 125 players here this week. 42 cashers, the top 24 is a mixture of lefties and righties. John Mazza finished 6th. New daddy expecting a new baby at any time. There you see Dr. Duke, Mike Albee. John the Buzzsaw Gant in 10th place. Brian Smith had a good week. Tommy Baker won our opening telecast, the AC Delco. Eddie Williams, good-looking young lefty on the tour. Watch him. He looks sharp. Bob Benoit. And we have 25, actually. Dave Arnold had to drop out because of the flu. Ron Williams took his place, and they split $2,335 apiece. I guess, actually, that'd be $4,670.
All right, a week from today, the Greater Baltimore Open in Baltimore. A different starting time at 2 to 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Then, the telecast of the Greater Hartford Open will air live at a special time, 2:30 to 4. 2 to 2, 3:30, 2:30 to 4, the next 2 weeks. Okay, there's Mike Alvey with Henry DeVries. Excuse me, that's Brian Mitchie, the tournament chairman for the Classic Bowl. And, of course, Mike Alvey is one of the all-time greats, like our sideline reporter today, Walter Ray Williams.
Semi-final match, one right-hander left, Mr. Traver. Well, he's beat the pocket to death. 7 strikes so far and 5 10-pins for Traver.
Okay, nice spare. Get things underway here in the semifinal. Don't forget the winner today, $45,000. The runner-up, $25,000. Now, good look at Parker Bohn III. He's 32 years old, 5'11", 150 pounds, 11 championships, 4th television appearance this year.
Well, he said to Walter Ray Williams Jr. he's not going to try to attack the pocket. He's going to try to get soft and circle the ball around. And you see him to the extreme right of the lane, sending the ball out to the extreme left. It doesn't get all the way back. He leaves the 3, 6, 7, 9. This is makeable if you actually get the ball between the 3 and 6 with a lot of break. The 6 will actually slide over off the 9 and take out the 7. He gave it a go.
He did. The man who's 0-3 this year had his problems. In 3 of the last 4 matches, television matches, his opponents have had a minimum of 11 strikes. Danny Weissman, 11. C.K. Moore, 12, a perfect game. And that part of the Bob Learns great day. He had 11, but so did Parker, but his spare was in the wrong spot.
Parker with the extreme angle. Look where he's coming, and he's going to be right between the 3rd and 4th arrows. Look at this shot. He's a deep inside line with a lot of hook.
Nearly a repeat of what we had just seen, but it's a 3 sleeper 9.
Well, you see that extreme inside line, starting the ball between the 3rd and 4th arrows on the left, out to about the 3rd board. Doesn't get back. Once again, another difficult shot in the 2nd frame.
David Traber, who shot a 248 to eliminate David Ozio. Seven. Practicing off to the right.
Here's a shot from Dave Traber, just not quite enough speed. The ball drifts high, breaks down the 4, and leaves the 7.
Anyway, Jess Stayrook continues to practice off to my right, and you hear the pin falls like right about now. And here are the money leaders this year. Yes, Bob Learn leads, and our sideline reporter, Walter Ray Williams, in 2nd, D'Entremont, Steve Wilson. And the Millionaires Club, Nelson.
Well, and I tell you, one player I think that'll soon be there, and if not sometime be the all-time money winner, he's in the Millionaires Club, Parker Bohn III. Parker in this match, the semifinal, is struggling through the first two frames.
That scout.
Here's a fellow of two different personas. He's really aggressive on the lanes, Chris, but he has a real softened, spoken demeanor off the lanes, and he's one of the most likable guys on the tour. Right now, he's not liking these pins as they're not behaving very well so far.
In 8 of his 9 wins, he has won from the top seed. He is second seeded coming into this match, and David Traber, the third seed.
Let's see what he does. Let's try one more of the big hook shots. Parker says, I'll try to make an adjustment, get zeroed in. If not, he'll have to go to a panic shot somewhere in the 5th frame. That'd be to rope it hard and straight. He's got them all.
Beautiful. Getting his first strike in 4 frames. Just down the road from Classic Bowl is the Arundel branch of the University of Toronto.
They test car batteries here. They test pickup trucks here. And when they test yard machines, they go here, Dave Spivey's house. MTD tractors, chipper shredders, lawnmowers, and edgers tackle the toughest jobs. Look for MTD yard machines at retailers near you. MTD.
Wow! I like it!
MTD yard machines, American-made, American-owned.
4 competitive women, 18 holes of golf, over $500,000 in prize money. Better stay out of the way. The JCPenney LPGA Skins Game, next Saturday on ABC.
Tournament hosts for the tournament here at the Classic Bowl, Jim and Mike Fay. His father, Carl Fay, proprietor here. Wonderful family here in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada.
Couple of real nice guys, too. About an hour-and-a-half drive to Buffalo, and I'm sure John Mazza, expected father, finished 6th, is on his way to Detroit. He said he'd make it in 3 hours. So here we go. Dave Traber leads by 12. Semifinal match, 4th frame.
You said he was going to Detroit in 3 hours?
That's what John Mazza said he's getting to Detroit. Is
You need a helicopter.
Well, you never know. Here's the first real errant shot by David Traber. Just throws it left of target, gets a good break as he breaks down a split, leaves the 3-6-10, hard and straight, slide it across.
Nice. Okay, the great champ, Walter Ray Williams. Walter?
Thanks, Chris. I'm here with David Ozio, one of the great players of all time. A great swing, pulled great this week, but the pins just didn't want to cooperate.
Well, it's been about 6 weeks running now. My pin carry's been a little marginal, you know, but I've been working on my game, trying to get my swing in line better. It's got to be a game problem more than anything else, so I'm going to keep working until I work it out.
Well, you keep trying, Dave. I know you will.
Okay.
Looks like Dave could have taken it easy on you. He's throwing a couple of errant shots over there.
Well, you know, I figured that I thought personally that if I could beat him, then I think I got a great chance to win the tournament. I don't think the left-handers have as good a shot today as they've had all week, you know, so it was between Traver and I think, for the tournament.
Yeah, well, he's giving him an opening, so we'll see what happens.
A footnote to that, every time somebody has beaten David Traber, that person goes on to win the tournament. So David Ozio was very prophetic.
Oh. Classic conversion of the 1-2-10.
The washout gets the ball to the left of the head pin, drives it right into the 10, keeps the pressure on Parker Bohn. Parker can take the lead here if he can throw a double here in the 5th frame. He has a strike up in the 4th. He's really using a lot of the lane.
fifth frame, that's strike. They're taking a 1-pin lead.
Parker, just an exceptional talent. He made the big move from an average player to a top pro about 4 years ago, Chris, when he just started getting more wrist action in the ball. He's matured. He's a millionaire player out here, but he gets a lot more revs than he used to. He used to get about 10. Now he's up to around 14. That's made a big difference.
Yeah! What a pin. Putting a three-bagger up there in the score sheet. Fourth appearance for Parker this year. He has 2/3, 1/5.
Let's see if Traver can put it back together after bowling almost a perfect game against Ozio. He's been untracked the last 2 frames.
Here's the world champion, Walter Ray Williams.
Thanks, Chris. Here are Jess, the tournament leader. Looks like Dave's giving a little opening to Parker, and Parker's starting to get some strikes. What do you think you're going to do out there?
I'm going to stay with the same game plan I have pretty much all the week. They seem to be a little tighter on both lanes. The break points moved down a little bit farther. I'm just going to try to catch it all and try to bowl a good game.
Watch out for Jess. He's just going to swing the lane and just make lots of hook out there.
Thanks, Walter.
Traver can cut the lead to 1 with a strike.
Hard-fought semifinal battle here. Here's a peaceful scene. Yes, it's the Credit River flowing past Mississauga.
On July 12th,
Your talent, my knowledge, you could be a champion.
from the idiots that brung you Dumb and Dumber, Woody Harrelson, Randy Quaid,
Whoa!
Vanessa Angel,
Does anyone else want one?
I'll take a couple jugs. Mugs.
Bill Murray,
Watch the door. There's this little voice in my head at the moment somebody's going to do me wrong.
Kingpins.
Sometimes there's a 5-second delay.
Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, July 12th.
Hurry, girls, before Daddy gets up. Ooh, ready. Now, no more of these are Daddy's corn pops.
Oh, look, Daddy's bowl is too full.
The problem with a cereal that tastes like popcorn, only sweeter, is that it disappears like popcorn, only faster.
Mommy, that's Daddy.
We share.
Hi, girls.
Happy birthday!
Now, let's all go make him breakfast.
Kellogg's Corn Pops. It's hard to stop when it's Pops.
ABC Monday, it's Al Pacino in his Oscar-winning role.
You're riding with one very happy man.
The network premiere.
Hooah!
Scent of a Woman, ABC Monday, 8/7 Central.
PBA, Professional Bowlers Association. That's right. A new facility, a new stop in Mississauga, IOF Foresters Open. We're nearing the end of the semifinal match. Parker Bohn, seeded number 2, leads by 1, 3 in a row, 7th frame. Little cushion bow.
Well, he's really waiting for the ball so well, Chris. You know, it's very difficult to just stand over on the right side of the lane, play a shot somewhat unnatural, and just hook the whole lane. He's going from, the lane is 42 inches wide. He's going for about 38 of those inches, and he's really making some great shots, and that's what it looks like it takes to carry. So he's put together 4 in a row. He can take a 21-pin lead here in the 8th. This is a high-risk, high-reward shot. If he makes a bad shot, he'll pay a big penalty.
That a little 2-4-7.
He paid a minor penalty. That could have been a much worse. With that much angle of attack, he's left the 2, 4, and 7. He could have left the 6, 10 with it. Watch as this ball cuts through, and watch the 2 pins on the right-hand part of the screen. Ooh, they almost don't want to go down. Now he has to change his shot completely, hard and straight.
Gaining confidence here in the semifinal match. Parker Bohn III from Jackson, New Jersey. David Traber, 33 years old, from Woodstock, Illinois.
Can retake the lead with this shot, has a double working 8th frame. Best shot of the day by David Traber right there. Real good.
Tomorrow, ABC Sports presents an afternoon of fire and ice. Veterans Brian Boitano and Nancy Kerrigan join an elite group of skaters for Campbell Soup's 1996 Tour World Figure Skating Champions. And as the popularity of women's basketball rises, a red-hot squad of American women have their eye on a gold medal. Meet them when Nike presents A Passion to Play. That's all tomorrow, starting at 3 Eastern, 2 Central, Pacific, ABC.
Key frame there, David Traber just throws the ball through the break. We said that a straight shot works well here. David's been holding it on the line with speed. Here he throws too hard, amps it up in the 9th frame. He really wanted this one. As you see him using very little of the lane, straight down the center. And with a spare here, he would trail by 1. Both players coming up in the 10th.
The always pivotal match, the semifinal, because if you don't win it, you leave with $15,000. If you do win it, you have a chance to win $45,000 or $25,000 as the runner-up.
Parker with a little bit of a reprieve with a spare by Traver in the 9th. Can shut out Traber being strike 3 times in a row here. There's one.
What courage it takes, though, to do shots like that.
I echo the sentiments that I've heard many times with you as you watch Parker Bohn and the late Billy Whalou. Trust is a must or your game is a bust, and Parker is proving that right now, and he has to prove it 2 more times here in the 10th to shut out Traver. If he doesn't throw 2 strikes, Traver can control his own destiny. Here we go. Semifinal, 10th frame. Look at those eyes.
Jesus Christmas.
Obviously unhappy with that shot. Has to get the ball to the right of the 3-pin, slide the 3 over into the 7. Parker can do it. I'd say the odds are 3-1 against him doing it, but he has to go for it. If he can make the split and throw a strike, he'll still have the lead and force Traver to double. Let's see what happens.
Gutty shot. Leaving 200.
That's a dual-edged sword there, Chris. He had to go for it to make Traver double, yet by not getting one of the pins, he allows Traver to need only 9 pins on the first ball. So Traver only needs 9. If he gets less than 9, he must mark. A disappointed Parker Bohn, but it's not over. This is a tough lane condition. Guess what?
What?
He must make this spare or get 9 to tie. Now, we haven't had a tie all year. Dave Traber must look at the scoreboard. He throws it a little too hard, stiff-legged, ball sends by. He leaves the 5-7 split. Now, I say it's even odds to make this, but what do? Make sure you get 1 and go into a 2-frame roll-off. That's what I would do. Let's see what he does. If he misses them both, he loses. Oh, he makes it. What a gutsy shot, Chris.
Winning never gets old, though.
Wow, what a shot. Boy, I'd like to ask him what was going through his mind. I had to go for 9. He goes for the whole big kahuna.
With the greatest of ease, he shoots a 211 to Bohn's 200. This ABC Sports presentation of Professional Bowlers Tour will continue.
He's worked almost 40 years. She's worked almost 40 years. And during that time, they've gone on walks together instead of cruises, and shared secrets together instead of champagne, just so that someday they could retire and be together all the time. At Cigna, we care about the retirement dreams of over 5 million people. After all, there are dreams too. Cigna, a business of caring.
Natural ability only takes you so far. The right equipment counts for a lot. That's why I like Pert Plus. It gets the job done right. Cleans and conditions in one step. No fuss. Eventually, we all cross the finish. Winners just find a better way to get there.
Work boots. Tough on the outside, tough on your feet inside. Not enough cushioning. Dr. Scholl's Maximum Comfort work insoles give you 100% more cushioning. They make work easier on your feet.
Sunday at 8, 7 Central, ABC has Tom Cruise in the movie you've never seen on network television. They offered him the world in return for his silence.
No lawyer has ever left your law firm alive. You think you're pretty smart, don't you?
Tom Cruise.
If we run, they find us.
The Firm, Sunday at 8, 7 Central on ABC.
Tired of the same reruns on TV? Then get out and have some real fun at Red Crown Bowling Center. There's fun for the entire family, like Rock and Bowl every Friday and Saturday night. Tuesday night, Rent-A-Lane from 6:30 to 9. The Bowl and Brew Lounge for Mom and Dad. A great snack bar for the kids. The fun never stops. Don't forget to ask about their special senior citizens rates. Red Crown Bowling Center, where there's a good time every day of the week. Located at 2471 Sycamore Street, right behind Fluorescent Supply on Paxton Street.
They test car batteries here. They test pickup trucks here. And when they test yard machines, they go here, Dave Spivey's house. MTD tractors, chipper shredders, lawnmowers, and edgers tackle the toughest jobs. Look for MTD yard machines at retailers near you. MTD.
Wow! I like it!
MTD yard machines, American made, American owned.
Join Dennis Owens for sports tonight on News Center.
The clouds of yesterday have cleared in Baltimore, and a crowd of 90,000 has gathered on a hot, humid, summer-like day for the 121st running of the Preakness Stakes, Maryland's great annual event. I'm Jim McKay reporting from the winner's circle. Empty now, but soon to be occupied by today's winner. And the current favorite is Cavalier, second in the Kentucky Derby to Grindstone, who's since been retired due to injury. He'll be challenged by 11 others, and the race will come your way beginning at 4:30 Eastern. Now back to bowling.
Right-handed David Traber has now won 2 matches, earning him the right to meet the tournament leader, Jess Stayrook, for a lot of the money.
Well, Chris, there's a gutsy shot by Traver in the 10th frame, one of the best I've seen in a long time, making the 5-7. And interesting, we've never had a left-handed winner so far this year. The Rock's on top. We have a great match coming up.
And we had a strike shootout earlier to benefit the Children's Miracle Network. John Mazza, whom we talked about earlier, beat our sideline reporter, Walter Ray Williams, Jr. So $12,000 will go to the Dorbecker Clinic Children's Hospital in Portland, Oregon. There you see some of the action. They each had 10 shots, and John came out the winner. Now, who will win this championship match in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada?
I tell you what, Traver's got his work cut out for him. The Rock will start the match. The higher finisher in the tournament, he being the tournament leader, gets the choice. That means he'll throw the first shot, and he'll be able to determine his own destiny if the match is close in the 10th frame. Here we go. This guy can put some stuff on the ball. Parker Bohn, was he watching? The same shot that happened to Parker the first 2 frames. The 3-6-7, and what he needs to do is get the ball over here. We saw Parker have it in the 10th frame on this same lane. Needs to get the ball to the right of the 3-pin, drive it over in the 7. The ball will take out the 6.
What an upsetting first shot.
Well, they said there's a little bit more oil on the lanes, and obviously Traver's been out there for almost an hour. Stayrook coming in cold.
Oh, yes. Textbook.
Absolutely perfect. Woo! And you don't want to give your opponent an opening in the very first frame, and this is the way to put the squeeze on him. Great shot by the Rock.
After the conversion by the tournament leader, coming back is David Traber, striking the first frame. 45 to the winner, 25 to the runner-up.
Now let's see how he's playing the lanes. He's right around the third arrow. He's going to slide in this area. Now his ball track will be almost straight. His approach will be a little bit of hook, and what he wants to do is make sure he gets a nice smooth loft out over the lane.
Boy, put it right on the lines there, partner.
He certainly did. 7 strikes in his 248 to 218 victory over Ozio, and then 5 strikes in defeating Bohn, as we have Jess Stayrook now. Best finish this year was 19th. Last year, a big year. Won the Bud Light at Sayville, won the AC Delco Classic. 2 fourths and 1 fifth, and 137,000.
He's tacking the lanes a little bit different than Dave Traber. Other than being left-hander to right-hander, he is using the whole lane, similar to what we saw Parker Bohn trying to do.
Delayed reaction, walking it off. The 7 went.
Mixed emotions there. He throws a really good shot adjusting off that 3-6-7. He left in the first frame, and he just saws the rack and almost leaves the 7-10 split. So in one way, he made a great shot, and in another way, he got lucky, I guess, Chris. But I think that's the kind of shot he's looking for. He keeps throwing it there. He's not going to leave many pins very often.
No 300s here this week.
High game was bowled by this man, 299.
All right. Conversion in the first frame, a strike in the second, and a spare in the third for Stayrook. Now with a double up, David Traber, third frame. Three in a row.
Well, he's out like a jackrabbit. Let's just see if he can be a finisher. No left-hander has won a tournament this year. The Rock trails by 20, sitting on the bench. Do not count this man out.
Two PBA titles, including the national championship for Traver. Third match of the afternoon, as Melissa enjoys it with his wife. Final match. More after this.
You know, it's true. People, we do mature faster than boys.
Introducing the burger with the grown-up taste. McDonald's Arch Deluxe.
Once there were only 2 guarantees in life, death and taxes. I can help you with the taxes, and now I can tell you about a third guarantee. The 100% satisfaction guarantee at Comfort Inns and Suites. If your room isn't right, they'll make it right, or the night's on them. That's right, a refund.
For comfort, satisfaction guarantee, and free continental breakfast, call 1-800-228-5150.
In this case, I can't offer to come with you. Darn it.
The $100,000 show is finally here. It's the one you've been waiting for. All the best videos you've got to see. America's Funniest Home Videos, all new ABC Sunday.
The Professional Bowlers Tour on ABC Sports. Brought to you by Kellogg's, with good taste, nutrition, and value. The best you each morning from Kellogg's. Quaker Stay, the motor oil that exceeds the highest standards for engine protection. And Micotin, to stop the itch and cool the burn of athlete's foot. Micotin.
Back again in Mississauga. You're looking at the tournament leader, Jess Stayrook, who marked with a spare in the 4th frame, covering in the 2-4-7. And now he's left a 7-pin on the left lane, trailing by 34 his opponent, David Traber.
Jess, who has struggled the last month and a half on tour, in fact, not even made the top 24 in the last 6 tournaments, took the 2-week break off since the Brunswick Tournament Champions and told me he practiced 7 hours a day. And he says no matter what he practices, he feels like he has all the shots right now. And when you practice that long, Chris, at first you work on technique, and then you work on just throwing strikes. You work on your straight shot, your speed, inside, outside. Stayrook is in shape. However, Traver has a good grip on him as he leads by 34 pins. He's perfect through the first 4 frames championship match.
And the 200-pounder from Woodstock, Illinois, hits number 5. David won in Baltimore last year. And of course, that's where we go next week.
Yes, sir. The defending champion, and just a tremendous sports area. They have a horse race there next right after us here, Chris. And you've been some horse races in this area before, haven't you?
Yes, at Woodbine, Eddie Arcaro and I did Secretariat's next to last race. Won by about 22 lengths. Easy race to call.
What a terrific break.
He's halfway. Number 6.
Where's this pin come from? Let's watch the head pin. That's the only pin I can think it can be, Chris. Nope, disappears back there. A mysterious 11th pin comes out and takes the 10 pin out.
It's from the Mississauga tribe. Finally getting his 2nd strike in this championship match, coming in the 6th frame.
Jess's father, Max, is a police officer in the San Diego area, and if Traver gets one more break like that, he'll have to arrest him to keep Jess in this match. Jess a possible 246. Traver going at a 249 pace. Stayrook cannot afford to miss and throw anything but strikes this far through.
He may not come down, or we don't know. It's all panic. I'll let you know. I'll talk you through it.
That keeps him in there. Possible 246. He has to take it off the sheet.
Now, shooting in the 7th frame. Five more, and the IOF will present him with $100,000.
Well, Chris, we've seen a perfect game this year by Bob Learn Jr. We saw in our opening telecast the AC Delco as Melissa looks on. Tommy Baker starting with 9 in a row before a stubborn 10-pin, cost him $279. This is really the toughest lane condition anybody has had this type of string on. You have to have everything perfect. Speed, accuracy, and lift, and then hope for the best. Going for 8.
Lots of appreciation here at Classic Bowl.
And he just pinched it off just a hair, and the ball drifts high for the 4-7. Just a demanding lane condition. Dave Traber in the driver's seat, but he doesn't have the match won yet.
So after 7 in a row, marks with a spare in the 8th frame of this championship match. Stayrook up, double working, 8th frame.
The Rock must take it off the sheet. We've seen some open frames today. We saw Traver win the last match with an open by Parker Bohn in the 10th, and he almost opened himself. So right now, the Rock has to keep striking.
No help to get the 10 out of there. Jess Stayrook. We mentioned the horses are in Baltimore for the Preakness right here on ABC, and we'll be in Baltimore for bowling a week from today. Different time, 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m.
Dennis Baldwin and crew at Country Club Lane.
Crab cakes are waiting.
The defending champion looks like he's going to win this tournament, David Traber.
And now here is Walter Ray Williams, Jr.
Thanks, Chris. Here's Parker. Parker, it looked like you had that match in hand after having a slow start, and then that left lane got a hold of you, the 8th and 10th frames.
Well, the one in the 8th frame I got a little soft on, and then in the 10th, obviously, I wanted to post a couple of strikes up there and shut him out, and I got a little too aggressive with it.
Yeah, I think Jess was hoping that you would strike out. I think he might have felt that Dave had a little better reaction than you did, but you did still throw some good shot there at the end of the game, so nice bowling.
Thanks.
Right now, our tournament leader is trailing by 53 pins in 9th frame.
Little foundation there.
Foundation for next week, I think, partner.
Right. That's right.
Dave Traber just had the edge, and I've seen it before when it's a really demanding condition. A guy gets zeroed in, especially a down-and-in line player like Traver. He depends on accuracy and speed control, and he's just been like a surgeon out there. Not much power. You saw him leave a 5-7 in the 10th frame against Parker Bohn, but he made it. Here as he takes a little victory lap, he leaves a 5-pin, but he just has to show up. Makes a spare here and strikes out. It would be 267, a tremendous score on these lanes.
Okay. David Traber in his 3rd match of the afternoon.
Well, he's won in all different ways, Chris. He kind of came from behind in the first match. He got out to the lead and just barely snipped it off in the second match. And here he's just cruising to the finish line. He may finish with an open frame, but the tournament's in hand. .242, that is enough. Excellent performance. Our tournament leader, Jess Stayrook, after 42 games, a little disappointed, just finishing up, can finish with a 225. Creditable score, but not enough. Another unfortunate break.
3rd victory for David Traber at $45,000. Very happy young man with his wife, Melissa. IOF Foresters Open champion.
Ever notice how some things look sweeter than they really are? Kellogg's Frosted Mini Wheat Cereal, 98% fat-free. One side's sweet, but one side's wheat for a surprisingly delicious sweet, but not too sweet taste. Kellogg's Frosted Mini Wheats. Don't be fooled by the frosting. Try it.
Now, there's a brand new motor oil made to handle the stresses on your hard-working engine. 4x4 from Quaker State. Off-road driving. Extreme temperatures. Especially towing and hauling. They all make your light truck or 4x4 work extra hard and could shorten its life. Why settle for a conventional car oil? Get a synthetic blend that can take the punishment. 4x4. It's new from Quaker State. The intelligent oil for hard-working engines.
I don't know, but it's been said, athlete's foot's as good as dead. Mighty Mike.
No cooling action.
Mighty Mike. Axe on contact, this I know, cause that tingle tells me so. Mighty Mike. New Mighty Mike. Stops the itch and cools the burn, penetrates to kill the germ. Athlete's foot, don't let it win, stamp it out with Mica 10.
Do you have the right stuff for the Olympic Games? You do if you shop JCPenney. We've got the right shirts, the right hats, the right shorts, all the stuff that shows you back Team USA. Because your purchase at JCPenney helps support our Olympic hopefuls. Sure, you may not make the games yourself, but you're still an important member of the team. Come share the dream.
David Traber on top with his victory, $45,000. A disappointed Jess Stayrook, $25,000. Final score, 242 Traver, 201 Stayrook, and Chris Schenkel, you have some goodies.
Yes, we do, and we have Carl Fay, the proprietor, and Henry DeVries of the IOF, and they have a couple of spoils of victory for you, young man. Melissa, you were calm, and you were great on the lanes.
Oh, thanks a lot. I'd just like to thank all the fans here. I'd like to thank Carl and Henry, both here at Classic Bowl and IOF Foresters. They do such a great job. All the fans here are really great. I have to thank my wife for putting up with a lot of stuff with me, and the people at Ebonite have really done this year has been one of my best years since I joined their staff. I have to thank Bill and Brian. They've done a great job for me.
You better keep Melissa on tour with you, young man. To help that situation, Henry DeVries has something will help.
Well, Dave, on behalf of the 1 million members of the Independent Order of Foresters, we want to say congratulations. It was a great week.
Thank you.
And Carl Fay has something for you, too.
Yes. David, on behalf of Classic Bowl, and I would say very hard-earned trophy today from IOF.
Thank you very much.
And good luck to you.
Thank you.
You've done a great job.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Our compliments on this trophy, sort of the dome and also the CN Tower. A tower of strengths today, and now you go to Baltimore where you hope to defend your championship.
Well, it feels good bowling well going into there. We had a couple weeks off, and I only bowled a few days one week. So I feel ready now. This win was dedicated to my mother-in-law who passed away last year.
I'm sorry. And for you, Melissa, lots of cash, baby. Hang on to it, spend it wisely. Okay, from Canada, which we love, Mississauga, beautiful. It's so long for Nelson Burton and me.